York College Spartans are on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Feed it into McNeely and off to Matthews, who jams it home. And leading Hicks on the back door again. She scores at one.
Spartans basketball brought to you by York College of Pennsylvania, York Educational Federal Credit Union, OSS Health, Frank Storm and Company, Murph Study Hall, Dan McGarry, Financial Representative, Northwestern Mutual, and by Backyard University.
Here's Murph for three. She got it. Driving baseline. There he goes. He scores. Fadeaway shot. It's good. Drives, pulls up. He hits. Spartans lead it. And this place is going crazy.
Now for the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Spartans, Darrell Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from the Grumbacher Center here at York College. Welcome to York College basketball and the regular season finale here today. Senior day for the women as the Spartans, in an all-important final regular season game today, will host the Salisbury Seagulls. Darrell Henry alongside Ray Jensen. Another nasty weather day in the Northeast, but the Seagulls made the trip here. We are inside getting ready with the gym dressed up for senior day here for the York College ladies. And Ray, it's a big one, obviously, and they unfortunately have stumbled down the stretch, but still have a chance to get in and extend their season. A win today, and they're in. If they lose, the scenarios are much more complicated than that and not great for the Spartans' chances. Matter of fact, Marymount already postponed at Frostburg State today, so we could, in theory, get through today and still not know if the Spartans are getting in yet or not. And they're taking on a Salisbury team who's 22-2, 16-1 in the conference, tops in the region. They're ranked 16th in the country in one poll, 15th in the other. Coming off a loss, though, Wednesday at Marymount that snapped the 13-game winning streak. I'm sure Salisbury not wanting to lose two in a row. It's going to be a tall task for the Spartans here today.
It certainly will be. In that situation with not knowing what's going to happen with the last game getting previously canceled, what was the matchup again?
Marymount at Frostburg.
Marymount at Frostburg. Yeah, along with some other CAC contests that are now canceled due to the weather. That's a tough situation even if the Spartans are fortunate enough to get a win today, that they're not going to know what's in store for them. They wake up the next morning, but it's senior day. So especially for all the seniors, especially those who played with the Big Four, Murph, Walfer, Hicks, and Haley, this almost has to be looking into a mirror of some kind. This Salisbury team has found plenty of success this season, similar to the success the Spartans were having back in the era of the Big Four, so to speak. So time to step up today.
Yeah, very similar indeed. One of the Spartans seniors today, Shea Wassel, if you combine what she did at Gwinnett Mercy, here in her fourth year, 17 points away from getting to 1,000. They are hoping that she can do that today. We're going to hear from Coach Whitman at halftime once we join on radio as well. On radio, they're wrapping up a district playoff doubleheader and will be joining us shortly, but glad you've been able to find us here online. And as they get ready for the Senior Day ceremonies, we will do our best to listen in as the three seniors are honored.
We welcome you to the Days Cap Athletic Conference featuring the York College Spartans and the Salisbury University Seagulls at the Grumbacher Sports and Fitness Center. Prior to the day's game against Salisbury, we'd like to honor our three Spartan seniors. Jess Selby, Kelly Knight, and Shea Wassel will play their final regular season game at Welch Gymnasium today. The Swedish have combined to post a 4-year record of 81-29 with a winning percentage of .736. The Spartans have posted a 4-year CAC record of 43-18, including a CAC regular season and tournament championship last year, and 2 NCAA tournament appearances. Shea Wassel is a 2-year Spartan who joined the squad last fall. Shea has played in 51 games with 23 starts in her Spartan career. She has accumulated 373 points, 301 rebounds, 32 steals, and 27 block shots for YCP. She is a career 50.7 shooter as she owns career highs of 23 points and 21 rebounds. Her 21 rebounds ranks third on the all-time school game list. She is a sport management major and the daughter of Joe and Chris Wassel. Ladies and gentlemen, Shea Wassel. a 4-year Spartan who has played in 106 games with 28 starts. Kaylee has scored 264 points, grabbed 383 rebounds, blocked 68 shots, and accumulated 55 steals. Kaylee owns career highs of 14 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 blocked shots. Kaylee is a nursing major and is the daughter of Chris Knight and Angie Hefner. We also have a special message for Kaylee from her father for today. Kaylee, have a great senior day game. Very sorry I can't be there for obvious reasons. Play hard, have fun, and go Spartans. We love you, Dad and Martha. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaylee Knight. Jess Selby is a 5-year member of the Spartan squad. Jess has played in 101 career games with 38 starts. She has scored 430 points, grabbed 194 rebounds, drained 86 three-pointers, dished out 59 assists, blocked 13 shots, and picked up 46 steals. Jess is a career 33.3% shooter from 3 as she owns career highs of 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and 4 three-point field goals made. Jess is majoring in biology while she is also pursuing minors in chemistry and philosophy. She is the daughter of Tom and Dina Selby. Ladies and gentlemen, Jess Selby. We'd also like to recognize senior manager Tiff Jansen. She is here with her parents. She's been a Spartan manager all season long and has been an integral part of this team. The Spartan team, coaching staff, and athletic department wish these fine Spartan student athletes and the manager the best of luck in all their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 York College women's basketball seniors.
Well, congratulations to all of them. Shea Wassel, Kaylee Knight, Jess Selby, and Tiff Jansen, senior manager, who have been on the roster in years past. And we'd like to echo what was announced over the PA system as well. Special message from Kaylee Knight's dad, who unfortunately can't be here today, but he's tuned in and watching online. And Mr. Knight, hope you're enjoying the game today. And his message, Kaylee, have a great senior day game. Very sorry I can't be there for obvious reasons. Play hard, have fun, go Spartans. We love you, Dad and Martha. I think the emotion of hearing that definitely hit Kaylee when she came out, you could tell, but very meaningful. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be here today, but he's definitely watching and tuned in, and now we'll listen in on our national anthem. The attention's about to turn from the senior day ceremonies to the game itself here, which obviously is a major one for the Spartans, hosting Salisbury here today. And About to introduce the starters. The parents heading off with the balloons and flowers after joining their senior daughters on the court. And nice touch from the Spartans, some of the underclassmen presenting Salisbury's seniors with flower bouquets as well. And the starting lineups today brought to you by Backyard University. Anna Hackett for Salisbury playing in her final regular season game. Second all-time in scoring at Salisbury, 1,659 points. Sarah Sipe, who transferred in a couple of years ago and really helped put them over the top, joining Hackett in the backcourt. She's also a senior. Julia McLaughlin, 5'10 junior forward, averaging almost 9 per game. Melanie Mosniak, the older sister of Spartan freshman Sam Mosniak, also a senior, and Courtney McManus, 5'8 senior guard, big outside shot. And Salisbury with 4 seniors of their own in their starting lineup. 22-2 coming in. They're 16th in the country in the D3Hoops.com poll, 15th in the country in the WBCA USA Today coaches poll, and number 1 in the region. For the Spartans today, here's how they'll line up. Brianna Bishey, the start at point guard. Jess Selby is next through, starting on this senior day game. Kaylee Knight, the start for senior day as well. Sam Ruse and Shay Wassel will patrol the front court for York. And a welcome to those of you that just listened to our high school district playoff doubleheader. Welcome to senior day for the Spartan women. The men do not have a senior. It's junior day for Chris Conway, if anything. But Ray, a huge game for the women today as we set the stage once again, joining on radio, and a nice high school doubleheader up at Giant Center that just wrapped up. And if you're listening, safe travels home, by the way. It is nasty outside, but inside here in the Grumbacher Center, ready to go. And a lot going on, Ray, with senior day, but a huge game against a huge opponent for York.
Absolutely. This is as big as it gets this season for the York College Spartan women, and arguably they're going with their most experienced starting lineup with the seniors playing, and this is going to be a fun one to watch.
That'll be Sam Ruse at center to jump it up. Julia McLaughlin for Salisbury, opening tip. Brought to you by York Educational Federal Credit Union, and the Spartans win it. Kaylee Knight grabs it, and away we go to start off the regular season finale. Hopefully not the season finale. Here's a lob over the top to Wassel. Had it blocked by Mosniak. Got it back and draws a foul. And Shay Wassel with the hard work down low, getting to the line for an early 2 shots. Opening tip from York Educational. YEFCU makes financing your college education easy. Apply for a $75,000 line of credit and get instant approval online at yefcu.org. Shay's first free throw, front rim and off. Foul was on Melanie Mosniak, and Shay's second is good. We'll hear from Coach Whitman at halftime today, talking about the seniors and also the Mosniaks. Mr. Mosniak has a shirt that has one half Salisbury, the other half York. They combined the two. Next year, he's got to go all green and white. Down low, it's Julia McLaughlin. She muscles one up and in the lane. It's 2-1 Salisbury. And Shay Wassel today, by the way, just joining us on radio, want to reiterate, as she catches down low, takes one in and banks it home. Coming in off the right block, 3-2 York, 3-2 Shay. And coming in today, combined with her 2 years from Gwinnett Mercy, 17 away from 1,000, now 14 away. 3-2 York. Here's Sarah Sipe, a 3. Front rimmed it. It clangs off to the right corner and out of bounds before anybody touched it. Spartans will take over with an early lead of just over a minute in. Salisbury will press full court. Bishey leading Ruse up the far sideline. Has Knight up the middle, but Hackett chasing her down, stripped it from behind. Anna Hackett, a bounce off left side to McLaughlin. Missed the mid-range, Jay. And a rebound for Sam Ruse. And the Spartans back to our right. Bishey patiently handling, and they'll set up their half-court offense. Salisbury man-to-man here. Here's Bishy with it out front. Bouncing it right side for Ruse. And back over to the left for Bish. Now to Selby cutting up top. 7 to shoot. Looking for room. And has to go to Ruse right side. A shot fake now pulls up. It's short from above the right elbow. Caromed off to McLaughlin. And the Seagulls back with it. They're in their road maroon today. Spartans in the home white. York in a 3-2 matchup zone here early in this game. And a 3 out front. It's good. Courtney McManus gives Salisbury the lead. 5-3 they lead it. And again, they show some pressure after the make. Up ahead, it's Ruse along the far sideline. Spartans able to handle that pressure. Something that really plagued them the other night. Here's Shea down low. Spins, it's up and in. And a quick 5 for Shea, who's now a dozen away. It's a 5-5 game.
They just can't defend her in the post right now. She's just an absolute force down there.
2.5 minutes in, off to a great start. And here's a 3 left side. McManus missed that. A long rebound, though, out to Sipe on the other wing. And now a foul on York as Hackett started her way in. And a blocking foul whistled. Shea Wassel had 22 in the first meeting at Salisbury, where Spartans had a great offensive day, but Salisbury a little bit better, hung 91 on them. And they have the ability to do just that. That foul on Sam Ruse, who had foul trouble the other night, which really hurt York. Down low, it's McLaughlin missing from the right post. Rebound to Selby. Spartans look for the lead. And here's Kaylee Knight catching right baseline. Sends it back cross court to Ruse. She motors in. Fed it down low. It went off Shea's hand. But right to Knight outside the lane. She drives and draws a foul. Kaylee Knight attacking in off the right baseline, and she'll get to the line for 2. Foul on Kathy Albernos, who had just come on. And Knight's first one back rimmed it. Albernos, one of their backup forwards. Actually played at the same high school as Chris Conway, Delaney, in Lutherville, Maryland. And Kaylee Knight does get the bounce on the second one. It's a 6-5 York lead. A little over 3 minutes into the afternoon. Here's Hackett from the right corner, quickly into Albernos underneath. Shoveled it to McLaughlin in the middle of the lane. She shoots it in. Salisbury up 7-6. They press again. It's like a 1-2-1-1. Spartans find Knight just across half court. Dealt it back to Selby. Now quickly into the left corner for Ruse. And a skip out front to Selby. Sends it right side to Knight. Over the zone D to Bishy on the left. And now to Selby left corner into the high post for Knight. She's doubled. Has Ruse up top. A 3. It's good. Sam Ruse knocks it down. And now 9 for 14 from 3. Her last 5 games, it's 9-7 York. She has really heated up. Spartans on top by 2. Here's Albernos from the foul line. A jumper rattled in and ties it at 9. Similar to the first meeting, the scoring has been there for both teams here early. Spartans look to handle against the zone press. Bishy right up the middle, gains the front court. Now Selby down low to Shea against 2 defenders, banks it in. Shea Wassel's red-hot start continues, and within 10 of the magic mark. 11-9 York. It's a shame we didn't have her for all 4 years.
Could you imagine? Goodness.
Here's Hackett inside and back out to Sipe for a long 2. Rimmed it from the left wing. A race to the far sideline, and they say Kaylee Knight had the last touch. Alberno's in pursuit as well. So still with Salisbury. Kaylee Knight heading off, and Morgan Golick, who had a career-high 19 on Wednesday night, subs in. And also in for Salisbury, sophomore guard Lauren Rothfeld, who takes a 3 out of the right corner and buried it. And Salisbury goes in front, 12-11. Not a bad turnout today for such nasty weather. In fact, we have the NISA girls basketball youth team down behind the Spartan bench cheering them on. One of the great things they do is get the youth teams out from the area from time to time. One of the many great things the program does. 6 to shoot. Bishy up top. Flipped it over to Golick. Has to hoist a three, and it bricked off the side of the rim. From our vantage point, I thought it was in at first, but it was off to the left. It looked like it sunk in, but it was on the other side. Here's Sipe, a pull-up in the lane, and got it. And Salisbury up 14-11. Well, Sarah Sipe is the complimentary scorer, if you want to call her that. Here's Shea inside. I believe that's her first miss on a turnaround in the lane. Sipe at 15.5 per game behind Hackett's 17.4. And now a foul called as Hackett penetrated. He's looking to dish off and go against York. Morgan Golick. Sarah Sipe tied for 5th in the league in scoring. Hackett is 2nd, behind only that one that we saw on Wednesday night. Ronjay James of Frostburg State. Here's Hackett with it, picked up by Katie Wagner, who's in the game. Into the high post and back to Sipe for a long two. Back rimmed it. And a scramble for the board. Wagner collects it over in front of the York bench. And Spartans up court. Here's Ruse hitting Wassel on the back door. What a beauty! Reverses it in, high off the glass. And a perfectly timed play as Shea made her cut. That was one for the highlight film. She has 9 of the 13 for York, and a turnover forced. Wagner got a hand on a pass, tipped it to Golick. Spartans within 1. And back with it. Here's Bishy firing it left side to Golick. Dribbles foul line, dished it back to Ruse left side. She wheels in, off the glass, missed, got it back. And her putback with some contact was high off the glass and missed the rim. No foul. As Hackett scurries it up for Salisbury and now sets up. Alicia Hobbs is in the game for them, subbing in. She's got it. Middle of the lane posting. And a power step to the rim, draws a foul, and she'll head to the line for 2. Uh-oh. It's Morgan Golick's second here early on. First free throw for Hobbs is good. A 15-13 Salisbury lead. Hobbs' second stays in. And Morgan Keeney will check in. (16-13) Salisbury with 12.5 to go here in the opening stanza. Here's Bishy up court with it. Now around to Ruse, whips it into Shea, and backing down, she'll go to the line for 2. Backing down Alicia Hobbs from the left post. And Shea, who's 8 away now from 1,000, will shoot 2. Came in today needing 17. Has 9 already and make it 10. What a start. Would you say she's determined, Ray?
Yeah. If I know Shea, it's senior day. She's ready to score and get a win for her Spartans.
Second one up. Money. Shea Wassel with 11, and she'll catch a breather here. I don't know if we could have predicted this quickly, though, that she'd be within 6.
I forgot she was in 1,000, but then again, I always consider just her work as a Spartan, but a great player all around. Definitely wish she would have joined earlier, but she's already addressed that in the interview earlier this season.
Here's Sipe overshooting the rim from down low. Ruse the catch. Spartans hustle back. Here's Bishy with it out front. Right side, it's Wagner now. A bounce to the wing for Ruse. Now back the other way. Knight top of the key. Right side to Keeney trying to enter it in, and Alberno's dove in front of Ruse but knocked it out over the baseline. They reset the shot clock, but she didn't have it long enough for possession to switch hands. The Spartans will have it underneath, and we'll see what they put up. 14 to shoot. Within a point, Bishy will inbound from the baseline, chucks it out to Ruse, now to Bish right corner, and she starts in across the lane, spots Wagner left corner a three. It was short. It hit the netting under the rim. That one came off a bit off the palm of her hands, it looked like. Salisbury back with the ball. Here's Sipe starting in, fired it down for Hobbs on the left block, stepped right into Kaylee Knight, had it knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay at that end, but Alicia Hobbs just got a face full of Kaylee Knight with the help defense. Seagulls inbound out top, Hackett with it, trying to shake Wagner, and the Spartans will be whistled. And it is a reach in on Katie. Maybe not ready for the tennis season just yet. Spartans hoping to extend their season beyond today. Here's Hackett, a crossover, a floater in the lane, missed it off to the left, rebound to Ruse. And Bishy, a left-hand throw ahead to Wagner. She drives in, up off the glass, fell off. Rebounded by Albernos. And back to our left come the Seagulls. Hackett, who had the ball, second in their program history in scoring. Now Rothfeld stepping into a three, short from up top. Rebound to Ruse, and Bishy will fire it down court. Knight catching on the right wing, puts it on the deck, drives it baseline, and a blocking foul on Salisbury. Kaylee Knight attacking and forcing their fourth. It's on Lauren Rothfeld, her first. Both teams make changes. Bishy from the baseline to send this one back in. Fires it out front. Selby with it. Selby, the high black socks today. Looks like she's in a bodysuit. As the entering pass is intercepted by Hackett. Brings it up. Hands it back to Rothfeld. Wagner got a body on her. Now off to the right side, Melanie Mosniak missing the J, and the rebound gobbled up by Kaylee Knight. Still within a point as the scoring has slowed a bit. Spartans work it to Keeney, left baseline, and out to Wagner on the wing. And trying to toss one in. It's batted up by Rothfeld, and Keeney was shoved across the far sideline. This will be a foul on Salisbury, and Rothfeld just picked up her second in a row. Coach subs in three. Lambert checks in. Mosniak for the first time, and Shea Wassel returning. 6 away from 1,000. Here's Sam Mosniak playing against her older sister today for the second time. And on the right wing, Lambert off a screen catches, now drives in, scores, and they count it. Julianne Lambert driving off the right side, it counts. And the Spartans back in front, plus the freebie at the line. 17-16. Foul on McLaughlin. And Lambert set to take aim at one more. And it rattles in and out. Wassel was boxed out hard by McLaughlin. Salisbury able to get to that one. A 1-point lead, though, for York. 9:40 to go here in the first half. Looks like now they're in a 2-3 zone. And here's a catch, top of the lane. McLaughlin turns and hits. Catch and shoot. It's 18-17 as the lead changes hands again. Spartans with it down to our right. Mosniak down low to Shea. Met by McLaughlin. It doesn't matter. Banks it in. And it's 19-18 York, and Shea is 4 away already.
She goes at this pace, she's going to be well within 1,000 by the end of this half.
Here's Sipe on the back door from the left side. Got underneath, too far under. Missed the shot, and then called for a foul. Hanging around on Kaylee Knight after the rebound had been had. And that's 7 on Salisbury already. A 1-and-1 at the other end, and Kelly Lewandowski upset with one of her stars who committed the foul the whole way at the other end of the floor.
Give Kaylee Knight credit for just rising up against the sea of maroon that surrounded her and getting that board. That took some strength for sure.
Although they put foul up on Melanie Mozniak instead. So either way, Knight shooting, and it rims off. Shea, though, chasing it, turned and fired it off McLaughlin's hands, but it stayed in. She was trying to fire it off the opponent. Good idea. Mozniak did sit. Her second for Salisbury was not on sight, and here's a three from the left corner, short, missed by Carly Aristian, who had just come on. And a foul looking for the rebound here, and it's on York this time. And it's Shea Wassels first. And it was on the follow-up attempt, so 2 free throws here. And it is Aristian, a junior guard off their bench, who's first one front-rimmed. Sam Ruse returning. Kaylee Knight heading off. Salisbury 2 wins away from tying a program record for a season. They had back-to-back 24-win seasons at the start of this century and millennium. The second free throw missed as well. Spartans bring it up on top 19-18. Here's Mozniak. They started the switch on her out front. She'll go to Selby deep left. Into the corner for Ruse. Baseline drive. Sends it across to Lambert. A wide open Jay. No good. A foul, though. And was that on the closeout on the jump shot? It was. That's a terrible foul. She had already had the ball leave her hands. And Aristian never stopped. It was after the shot. A 1-and-1 for Lambert. And the first is good. York up 20-18. Spartans now 5 for 9 at the stripe. And Lambert's second is straight in. She likes that arc.
It's working well for her, and the Spartans need to continue to do well at the charity stripe to get as many easy points as they can against the Salisbury team.
21-18, Spartans in front. And down low for Alberno's lunging toward the rim, unable to tuck it home. Rebound to Shea. Ahead to half court for Lambert. She'll peel away with it. Now wants to attack. Dumps it down low to Shea. Too hot to handle, though, at close range. Through her hands and out of bounds into the Salisbury bench. Spartans have done a great job of taking care of the ball early in this one. But a turnover on that possession. And looking down low, this one jammed loose, and Selby creating a steal. Mozniak running the floor. She'll keep it herself, and a bank shot off the front of the rim and rebounded by McLaughlin. Salisbury back the other way. Here's Sipe with it, right corner and out front. Courtney McManus is back in, and she'll crank up a three. The lefty airballs it out of bounds, and the Spartans take over. As Katie Wagner subs in for Sam Mozniak. So these scenarios today, Spartans win and they're in. If they lose and St. Mary's wins at Southern Virginia and Wesley loses to Mary Washington, York would be out. If it's a three-way tie, they'd be in, since they won 2 against St. Mary's. Here's a steal. Seagulls looking for a quick score, and Sipe down the lane, unable to finish. Rebound to Selby. Lambert up ahead to Wagner in the front court. Back to Lambert, fake the pass, moves in, now drops it off to Shea, down the lane, a tough angle. And that one off the glass, then the rim, and the Seagulls back into the front court, forcing the stop there. Wesley does currently hold the tiebreaker over York since they beat Marymount. Marymount's currently third with Christopher Newport, but they're tied, and that could change. Here's Sipe for a three, and that's good from out front, and we're tied at 21 here in our game. Sarah Sipe, a very interesting shooting technique, almost shoots it from her opposite ear. not almost. That's what she does. Right-handed shooter. From her left ear, she lets it go. And now a foul on Salisbury, and it's on Sipe reaching across. Actually, Carly Aristian. Beg your pardon, that's her second. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for Wagner. And her first rimmed off, rebounded by Alberno's. 21 all tie it remains, and now down low for McLaughlin, who couldn't finish on a high-low play. She was right underneath, and Wassel had it, but tripped up trying to break out. No foul, and it rolls out off her foot last. And they're going to give it back to Salisbury.
Surprised they didn't call the foul there. They've been calling it pretty tight on the Seagulls up to this point.
Sipe able to work it in through traffic to Hackett, who spins away with the dribble. Now to Aristian on the right wing. Back up top for Hackett. Back to Aristian. Her jumper blocked. It flutters down to Alberno's, though, and she sticks it in. Salisbury up by 2. 23-21. Spartans back with it. Wagner by the right corner trying to bounce it into Ruse, and McLaughlin had snuck right in front of her to intercept it. Here's Hackett up the middle, into the lane, ran into a wall. It's knocked loose, and Wassel taps it to Bishy to complete the steal. Ahead to Selby in the front court. And now into Bishy's hands. Down low at Shea posting. Backs down, up off the glass and in. She's 2 away, and we're tied at 23. A 15-point first half for Shea. Needing 17 entering play today. Here's Sipe out top. A 3-ball rattled it in. And Salisbury back on top, 26-23.
Say what you want about Sipe's unusual shooting stroke. It stays consistent, that's for sure, even in contact.
And Spartans with it again. Here's Wagner working on the right side. Out front for Selby. And holding. And now over to Wagner on the right. Down low, it's Ruse, the catch in traffic. Strong to the hoop and draws a foul. And Ruse to the line, and that is number 2 on Sarah Sipe. Oh, no, it's not. That's her first.
Almost was her, but the one that we fought went on Sipe went on Aristian.
That was foreshadowing what I just did there, right?
Hopefully. This foul trouble is very beneficial for the Spartans, that's for sure.
It's double bonus now. This one would have been 2 shots anyway. Ruse's first, off the right side of the rim, no good. Both teams switch. Couple of subs in.
Certainly get the chance to see how good Salisbury's bench is today, that's for sure.
Second one for Ruse is straight in. Sam averaging 10.5 here in her sophomore year. Definitely a major building block for the next 2 seasons for York.
She's progressed so much when you compare to her freshman year.
Sipe missing a 3, crashed all the way in, though, and helped keep it alive for Alicia Hobbs, who lays it home. Coach Whitman will spend time. 4:02 to go here in the first half. Salisbury up 28-24. And a timeout taken here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey athletes, does the winter weather dampen your sports training? It doesn't have to. Take your game inside at Backyard University, York's spectacular indoor sports training facility, right at home in your backyard. Located inside Fairmont Gym at 201 South Charles Street in Red Lion, Backyard University is a beautiful state-of-the-art indoor complex for all of your sport needs. Featuring a complete baseball and softball training complex with batting cages, pitching tunnels, and a turf field for the entire team, Backyard hosts camps, clinics, and competitive youth travel teams to play in the region's top tournaments. Join York Revolution greats Jason Espedo, Daryl Harang, and Corey Thurman for one-on-one training. And take your speed and agility to a whole new level with professional trainer David Brixius from Explosive Sports Performance. Play your game year-round at Backyard University, right at home in your backyard. Visit online at backyard-university.com.
This is Kelsey Murphy, and you're listening to York College Women's Basketball on the Spartan Sports Network. Let's go, York!
Spartans within 4. 4 minutes to go in the half. Shea within 2. Here's a 3 from Selby. It's good. Off the left wing, Jess Selby with a 3 here on Senior Day. It's 5th year Senior Day for her. She redshirted after the injury a couple of years back. Coach had all good stuff to say. We'll hear from her at halftime as Selby deflects one, creates a steal. Here's Shea on the run, banks it in! And there it is, her 1,000th career point. Spartans retake the lead with 3:20 to go here in this first half.
She knows that she is fired up.
Wasted no time. 17 in less than 17 minutes of game time today. 29-28 York. Shea with 1,000. Here's a 3 from Hackett. Missed on the left wing. And the rebound to Sam Ruse. Now up ahead, it's Keeney running the floor and draws a foul. And the freshman will head to the line for 2. I believe Shea might be recognized the next stoppage, I guess, not before the free throws, as Keeney's first lipped off. It remains a 1-point lead. Boy, she was fired up, though. She knew it. Had both arms in the air as she ran down court.
And she normally doesn't show that much emotion mid-game unless it's a foul she doesn't like, but that time, all emotion and all energy.
Keeney does make the second. That's a huge day for all of them. Sipe along 2 and knocks it down from the left corner. Coach wants to spend a 30. 2:46 to go in the half. Now we're tied at 30. And Coach Whitman hugging Shea, who comes over and starts to tear up. She knew it. And now they'll announce it for Shea, her 1,000th here on Senior Day. Many of her teammates preventing her from getting into the timeout huddle. They want to come over and congratulate her. Not too terribly much to talk about during this break. They spent a good bit of the time congratulating Shea, and man, how much fun it's been to watch her here in this senior year. And last season, for the good of the team, she gave up a lot of playing time to come here and be part of that group, and now this year a star on this team. Tied at 30, and down low intended for Shea. Keeney was there as well. A little bit high, though, on the pass from Ruse. Off Shea's hand and out. Turnover number 7 on York. 2:25 to go in the half. Again, stay tuned at halftime. An extensive chat with Coach Whitman. Here's Hackett driving. Dished it down low. Ruse the block on Alicia Hobbs. Sam, the conference leader. 60 coming in today and stuffed that one. I don't even think she left her feet.
Just put her arm up.
Here's Selby starting in. Step back jumper. No good. Mid-range left. Rebounded by McLaughlin with everybody else down court. We stay tied at 30, under 2 to go here in this first half. Here's Sipe, floats it left side to Hackett, and a 3-second call on McLaughlin, and it goes back to York. Turnover number 5 on Salisbury. Salisbury with 6 seniors on their team. Number 1 in the Mid-Atlantic region, ahead of Scranton, Stevenson, McDaniel, Muhlenberg, and Albright. That's the order of the top 6. That's exactly where you want to be for potential at-larges. Top 6, no lower than that. Here's Ruse backing down. Missed once, but in the second effort, gets fouled. Working down in the left block. She'll go to the line. 8th rebound for Sam Ruse. And looking to add to her 4 points. And does. First free throw made. That foul on McLaughlin, her second. And she'll come out. Josephine Noonan, freshman forward, subs in. One more for Sam. It's good. It's 6 points, 8 boards in her first half. 32-30 York with 1:20 left. Spartans into, I believe, a 2-3 zone now. They have been in a 3-2 matchup earlier. Here's Sipe, a 3 left wing, no good. And Ruse, rebound number 9, and trying to spring Selby, but McManus won the race and stole it on the lead pass up court. Here's Hackett across to Hobbs, a mid-range jumper, good, right of the lane. And we're tied at 32, 50 seconds left. Spartans trying to wrestle the lead back, and Ruse right down the lane, finished with the left hand. Nobody picked her up. Wide open up the right side of the court, took it all the way, and they lead 34-32 with half a minute left. Sam Ruse just gliding in on that take. Here's Sipe with it out top, fires it down low. Noonan the catch, and blocked by Sam. Rebound number 10 as she keeps it into Selby. What a first half, 10 seconds left. Spartans playing for a postseason berth today. Here's Ruse right wing, down low to Shea, and Noonan fronting, bats it out, but York will have it on the baseline with 4.9 and a lead. Looking to add to it as Bishey takes. And out to the left corner. Ruse wide open. 3 ball hit the back of the rim. Sipe rebounds and holds it. But what a first half for the Spartans on win and advance day. That's the scenario. That's the simplest way to do it. And here on senior day, a tremendous first half as they lead nationally ranked Salisbury 34-32. Shea Wassel with 1,000 already, 17 and a half. Sam Ruse a big half as well, and a great start to the day, Ray. Much more work to be done, but they have come to play here this afternoon.
Absolutely. They look great out there. The turnovers are being kept to much of a minimum as possible, and they're taking great advantage of the foul trouble that the Salisbury Seagulls have found themselves in. But it's going to be tough in the second half, as now all those starters that have 2 or 3 fouls heading to the second half have the green light to just go, and they're going to have a lot of offense to try to deal with. Anna Hackett, up to this point, knock on wood, has been held to basically a non-factor offensively, and hopefully that can keep up in the second half, as they've been doing a great job of closing out on her. Sarah Sipe has found her offensive game, but if those two, Hackett and Sipe, can't find the rhythm together, then it'll be a lot tougher for Salisbury to get a win.
Now the Spartans are on top, 34-32. We'll take a break, halftime next, and we'll hear from Coach Whitman when we come back here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Security in life isn't something you just wish for. You build it with a strong financial plan. Start with Northwestern Mutual. Together, we'll design a disciplined and balanced approach to financial security, because reaching your goals is something we both want to work toward. To learn more, contact me, Dan McGarry, at my office on the Square in York. Look for the blue awnings. Who's helping you build your financial future? The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
January and February are Caribbean months at Fender's Grill and Pub, located at the Wyndham Garden, York, formerly the Holiday Inn by the West Manchester Mall. Featuring chefs' Caribbean specialties and Caribbean drinks, plus Fender's regular menu. Visit Fender's to beat the winter blues and sign up for a chance to win a beach vacation. Register during January and February. The winner will be drawn on March 1st. Fender's is open daily for breakfast and dinner, for private parties, and we have live entertainment Friday nights. Fender's Grill and Pub, 2000 Louts Road in York. Come visit us today. Blazing fast service for all of your wipeouts. OSS Health Urgent Care will take care of all of your muscular and skeletal sprains, pops, twists, and breaks in minutes, not hours. Open 7 days a week for your urgent orthopedic needs. Now at 2 convenient locations, 1855 Powder Mill Road in York and 856 Century Drive in Mechanicsburg. Visit us online at osshealth.com. OSS Health Urgent Care. Experience you can trust.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Back here at halftime from the Grumbacher Center, the Spartan senior cheerleaders being recognized as well. And York with a 34-32 lead over Salisbury here at the break. Before today's game, caught up with Spartan head coach Betsy Whitman. Well, Coach, start with Wednesday and obviously a really tough one against Frostburg. What were your thoughts on where things started to go wrong and what the biggest keys were there for them coming back?
Well, we played a decent first half, and even in the second half we had a comfortable lead, and then things started to fall apart when they put the pressure on us and we didn't take care of the ball. We missed too many free throws, so really it was the turnovers and the free throw percentage that killed us in the end, if you look at the stat sheet. But if you were at the game or even listening to the game, you could see at the end of the regulation, we panicked, and they put a lot of pressure on us, and we just had no answer for Ronjay James either. She just played an incredible game.
Well, your team certainly does still have a chance today, and what's the mindset coming in, and how's everybody doing, just getting focused for what's at hand?
Yeah, everybody's doing well. I mean, it's senior day. It always makes it an even more special day. It's our last home game this season, and we're hoping it's not the end of our season. But, today we're just focused on us, going out there and playing well, just doing everything we can possibly do to beat Salisbury. And it would be an upset. They're the number 1 seed, and we know we played really well against them at Salisbury, especially on the offensive end. We just didn't defend them as well as we should have and allowed them to score 91 points. But they have so many different weapons, and the difference is we have them on our court today, and I'm hoping them sitting on a bus in the snowstorm took a little bit of a toll on them. But we're just going to go out and play hard today and just try to have some fun out there. And we have some pressure on us in that if we win the game, we're in. There's no question. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. If we happen to lose today, we're really looking at that Southern Virginia-St. Mary's game and hoping that Southern Virginia can knock off St. Mary's, which could easily happen. And then we're in the playoffs. And anything can happen next week.
Yeah. And Salisbury had won 13 in a row until losing at Marymount on Wednesday. Is there anything that the Saints did that you can apply? Did you see anything that was a key in how they were able to beat this team?
I watched that game, and it's tough to play at Marymount for sure. But Marymount, I think, is peaking at the right time, and they really applied a lot of just half-court pressure to Salisbury. I thought their half-court defense was really good, and Salisbury missed a number of shots, and Marymount's always a good rebounding team, so they were able to actually offensively to take the ball to Salisbury, to get into the paint, to get easy buckets, to get layups or get to the free throw line is what I noticed about that game. They really attacked them offensively and just played with no fear. So we need to do the same today. We need to attack them in the paint. We have a height advantage. Shea Wassel always plays well against Salisbury. I'm hoping that's the case today. She is 17 away from 1,000, so we're really hoping that she can reach that milestone today as well.
Yeah, and senior day, and that would be an amazing way to finish the regular season. And we'll get to the seniors shortly, but some of Salisbury's individual players that you've got to be ready for with Hackett. How do you scout her? How does she get a lot of what she does as the Mozniak sisters greet one another down in the court?
Yeah, I know. I was just watching that. Obviously they're really close. I think their parents will be here today with the shirt that's split down the middle, half York and half Salisbury. Hopefully they can make it through the snow. But Hackett is obviously one of the premier players in the conference, and she's just tough to guard because she uses screens so well. She can drive to the basket. She can step back and hit the three. I mean, she's just tough to defend. I mean, we're going to put Sam Roos on her again to put someone a little bit longer on her and hopefully can contest some shots. The key to that, though, is to keep Sam out of foul trouble.
Yeah. And did you feel that that's where things kind of went wrong Wednesday?
That definitely hurt us to not have her in the game. She does a lot of things well for us, and I think that did hurt us, especially not having her the end of regulation and then for both overtimes.
Sarah Sipes, the other standout for Salisbury, and just seems to be very physically tough, not afraid to get in there and mix it up. What else do you see from her?
Yeah, she's another one that can create her own shot and has pretty deep three-point range. She's a really good rebounder. Like you said, very physical, aggressive. Just a real strong, fundamentally sound guard. She also runs the floor extremely well in transition. So we need to get back in our. We're going to start in a 3-2 match, and we're going to try to, contest their outside shooters and match up with their posts inside, and just hopefully cause them a little bit of trouble with our zone.
Well, lastly, Coach, it is senior day, and talk about each of the three that will be honored today, and starting with Shay, who's had an awesome senior season. What has she meant to this year's team in particular? And I know you probably wish you had her for more than just 2 years.
Yeah, she's been a gift to us, and playing here for the last 2 years. And like you said, her senior year has been really special. And I'm hoping she hits that 1,000th point today. And she's our leading scorer, leading rebounder, and she's been pretty steady for us. And has really played within herself. And I'm going to miss that patented Shay move under the basket next year. And maybe we'll have one of our incoming freshmen have that skill. I don't know. Yeah. But, she's done a great job for us. She's fit in with our program, and, she's been a pleasure to coach. And it'll be hard to see her go.
Yeah. And Kaylee Knight, who's been here all 4 years, of course, and maybe doesn't jump off scoring on the stat sheet every night, but what about some of the little things that she does? And there is that split shirt, Salisbury and York for Mr. Mozniak.
I love it. He's the first one in the gym.
He'll go all.
He had to make his grand entrance. I love it.
He'll go all York next year, I would hope, right?
Yeah. Now he needs to sit in the exact middle of the gym. That's what he needs to do. Next year will be all York for sure. Kaylee Knight is just, I can't say enough about that kid. I mean, she is, first of all, an excellent student. She's going to be a nurse. She's one of our nursing students. She's been through a lot physically, with her bad back, and this year getting her appendix out in the beginning of the season, and she's had a lot of knee tweaks and sprained ankles, and she's just one of those kids who you put in the game and you know exactly what you're going to get from her. She just plays so hard, and she rebounds, and she's not our best offensive player in the post, but she's one of the hardest working players that we have. She just gives it everything that she has, whether she's a starter, she's coming off the bench. She's going to go in there and play great defense. She's just a great teammate. She's been an excellent leader this year as well as one of our co-captains. And Kaylee, she has been incredibly coachable and has never, ever complained about anything. She just plays hard and does her job, and like I said, she's just a coach's dream.
And Jess Selby as well today, who we've had the privilege of, unfortunately due to injury, we've had her for 5 years, but another player that has overcome a lot, obviously, with what she went through a couple of years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a kid love the game as much as Jess Selby. And I knew it when I recruited her, and then all 5 years. I mean, that young lady has given everything that she's had and has fought through, like you said, injuries, and especially the ACL tear. What was so disappointing, because she had finally, I think, gotten to her peak in terms of in great shape, just at the top of her game. She was playing with, her teammates that she came in with, Kelsey Murphy and Britt and Asia and Kristen. She actually came in with that class. I mean, what an awesome recruiting class that was. Yeah. And it was just disappointing. But when she decided, to redshirt and then to come back for a 5th year, I think that just tells everyone how much she loves the game of basketball, because she certainly didn't need that year academically. She's our best student. She's got a 3.92 GPA. She's she's a biology major, double minor. She is just the epitome of what student athlete means. and has been a great leader for us. It's been a tough year for Jess, I think, in terms of, I think she's disappointed in how, she's played. She's had a couple games this year, like the Wesley game, which was my 300th win. I'll never forget her going in that game and hitting those 4 threes.
Yeah.
And that was really special. I'll never forget that. And, Jess is always going to be really special to me.
Yeah. Well, we love those 3 that will be honored today. And Coach, enjoy the day. Thanks very much, and best of luck here against Salisbury.
All right, thanks.
All right, great to hear from Coach Whitman. Some amazing words for some amazing seniors. Before we go to break, a quick scoring update from around the CAC and other women's basketball. The only other scoring update we have for you is every other contest that was scheduled for play today have been postponed. Southern Virginia leads St. Mary's at halftime at Southern Virginia 39-31. So St. Mary's loses there. That's another good factor for York heading into the postseason. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the second half of action. You're listening to York College basketball here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Not surprised to find you laying on the couch.
Oh, hi, son. Is your fall semester over already?
Yep, I love it at York College, and I really like living on campus this year.
Yeah, that reminds me. We need to have a little talk. About the facts of life.
Dad, we had that talk years ago. And anyway, I don't believe you ordered me from Amazon.com.
I mean, your mom and I are helping to pay for your college as much as we can, but now you've got room and board on top of books and tuition, and you haven't asked me once for money.
Dad, I told you last year that York Educational Federal Credit Union took care of all that. That student choice loan we applied for last year was a one-time application. All I have to do this year is tell them how much I need, and they send the money right to the school. The loan is set up similar to my Stafford loan, so I don't have to start making payments until 6 months after I graduate. I told you YEFCU rocks.
College has been good for you, son. You're smarter already.
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Now just about set to begin the second half. 34-32, York leads it. Salisbury will open the half with the ball. Going to our right, your left if you're watching online. And the Seagulls into the post and out to Sipe, a 3 left wing. Missed and hauled in by McLaughlin, who chucks it back out. Now Sipe again off the glass, missing a 3 left wing. But Hackett comes away with it out front. And they'll have a third chance on this trip. Hackett pulls up foul line, rattles it in. 2 offensive rebounds given up. And Salisbury ties it on the first possession of the second half. Hackett's first points of the day. She'd only attempted 2 shots in the first. Here's Ruse driving and scores. And the Spartans back in front, 36-34. Well, one of the elements of the defense was to have Ruse out at the top and against Hackett, who now fires up a 3, miss left wing. McLaughlin missed the putback. A second time wouldn't go. And Wassel the rebound. They've given up 4 offensive rebounds in 2 possessions in the second half, but only 1 putback basket. The Spartans with it, still up 2. But Ruse and company had held Hackett scoreless until that last basket. Here's a pass all the way up top to Ruse. Left side to Bishie. A 3, it's good! Brianna Bishie, all net from the left wing. 39-34, York, their biggest lead of the day. Up by 5 here in the early stages of the second half. And a throwaway. McLaughlin trying to go cross-court to Sipe. And out of bounds. Too high on the pass. Hopefully it didn't hit one of those dogs in the front row.
Sam has a double-double.
Ruse, by the way, does have a double-double for York. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Had 10 boards at the half. Got her 10th points on that basket to start the half. And Bishie adding a 3 to make the lead 5. Here's Wassel up top, swings it over to Ruse right side, fired it down low to Selby, and fighting to get in front was McManus, who stole it, springing Sipe the other way, who lays it in on the break, and Ruse stopped short to avoid a foul, which would have been about the only thing that could have happened there. That's 39-36. Ruse a three, short from up top. Selby, though, with the right hand out, yanks it in. And out to Ruse for a reset. And now a great pass down to Shea, who made a one-hand grab, double-teamed. Has Knight filling the lane, but unable to tuck it home. Kaylee Knight fast down the lane and unable to settle it enough for the touch on that layup. Now Salisbury ball, still up 3 is York. Here's McManus who changes that. Game-tying 3. Just left of the circle. We're tied at 39. Selby to answer. Missed. Left wing. Rebound to Hackett. A 2-on-3 transition. Hackett will peel out to the left. Spartans done a great job of getting back, and now Hackett called for up and down. That's their 7th turnover. As she was looking to dish off and started to leave her feet and came back down with it. They're tied at 39. Spartans with the ball back. 16 and a half to go. And Bishey angling off to the right wing with the dribble. Now to Shea, who hops up top. Shea wants to drive it. A runner forced off the front of the rim. Got it back and threw it up going across the lane. That also hit front iron. And now a foul on York all the way at the other end as Sipe was dribbling away. Jess Selby, who was nearby, called for the foul on her own baseline. First foul of the second half. Salisbury possession as Sipe on the approach. Bounces it right wing to Hackett. Tried to enter it down low, and Wassel stepped in front of Mosniak to steal. And the perimeter defense helped force that. Hackett couldn't quite spin the pass in the way she wanted. Allowed Shea to get to it. Now Shea, a high low to Knight, who's forced out toward the foul line. Sends it back out. And Bishey trying to hit Shea down in the right post. Too high on that pass. It sails out of bounds. Turnover on York. Still tied as Morgan Golick checks in. Kaylee Knight a break. And Hackett trotting it up court. Hackett second in scoring in Salisbury history, 3rd in assists. 480 of those entering play today. Now 16-61 in points as she kicks it up top to Sipe. Missed a 3 way off to the left, and it caromed off to Golick. Now Bishey up court with the dribble, still tied. And Golick to Selby left side, trying to bounce it into Ruse, and Sipe snuck in front but called for a foul. She couldn't believe it. And the Spartans will maintain possession. It's a near turnover. A lot of their turnovers today have been passes forced toward the post. Here's Bishey, a 3, missed out of the left corner. And it careens up top to Hackett, who's got room. Up court with Sipe on the left, and a block by Ruse, but a foul as Sipe ends up sprawled out. And Ruse made her pay the price, but 2 free throws here for Sipe. Sipe, kind of watching her the last 2 years, she welcomes contact. She probably appreciated that. She often serves it, and her first is good. She also hits the floor more than any other player I've ever seen. She had over 1,000 entering this season. First 2 years spent at Virginia Wesleyan. Missed the second, and Ruse, a strong board. Tried to outlet it, though. Mosniak deflected and stole it. And now a foul on York with Bishey reaching in on her. Melanie Mosniak, the steal. I don't know what their dad does. I mean, does he cheer on every play, or does he just kind of sit and watch?
Oh, Mrs. Mosniak also has the same shirt, so I'm sure they're both equally cheering. Their voices have to be almost gone by these Seagulls and Spartan matchups.
On a Hackett, a jumper made here from the left elbow. Salisbury up 42-39. Both of her baskets have come here in the second half now. Here's Wassel down in the left post, across the lane, runner up, no good. And Sipe corrals it, starts it back up for Salisbury. Hackett with it above the arc. Screened for a three. Back rimmed it. Ruse will let it go. And out into the left corner. Spartans take over. Morgan Keeney subs in for Shea Wassel. Salisbury has forced her to miss each of the shots she's taken here in the second half. Wassel a break here after the huge first. Spartans with it. Golick moving toward the right baseline. Double team follows. Got it back to Bishy. A three ball. Got it again. Brianna Bishy ties the game. 14 minutes to go. Her second three. We're tied at 42. That one from the right side of the floor. So she's hit from both sides. Now down low, Alberno's the layup on a high-low from Mozniak, who bounced it into her and let her in from the right block. It's 44-42 Salisbury. Spartans trying to pull the upset today. Salisbury ranked. Here's Ruse up top, and that's a three. Sam Ruse with another one. 13 on the day for Ruse. Now 10 for 16 from three, her last five. 45-44, York in front. Here's Sipe, right baseline drive to the rack, and a foul called. She turned her body sideways, absorbed the contact. Morgan Keeney whistled. Salisbury 16th in the D3 Hoops poll, 15th in the other one. And her first free throw falls off. No good. Sipe has been all conference all 3 years that she's played, and she will be again this year. And her second one rimming up and off. Keeney took a punch at it and was called for the foul. Alberno's was trying to hold her off, and Keeney called for her second straight. Second half team fouls, 5 on York, 1 on the opposition. The Seagulls inbounded out top. Here's Hackett, little shake. Dribbling down the right side of the lane, dished it out to Sipe. Up top now to Rothfeld, who takes it hard to the left. Now back behind to Sipe for a three, rattled in and out, and Ruse scampers to it. And up court, looking for the home run ball, and overshot Wagner by a long shot up the right wing. Turnover number 12 on York, and that one was forced. I want that one back. Lambert subs in for Bishy. Salisbury team started the year 9-0. They lost just before the new year at then number 8 Montclair State. Didn't lose again until Wednesday night at Marymount, losing by 7. Snapped a 13-game winning streak. Here's Sipe right wing, down low to Hobbs, who sealed off the D and lays it in. Alicia Hobbs in the low post, 46-45 Salisbury. It has been tight throughout. A little over 12 minutes to go today. Spartans have it to our left. Golick with it, wide right. Salisbury man-to-man. Out now to Lambert, who fires it left wing to Wagner. Baseline drive, up and in. Katie Wagner attacking the hoop. And York in front again.
When we talk about the seniors today, how promising is this freshman class along with Katie Wagner and Sam Mozniak? Some great speed on that baseline.
47-46 York. 11 and a half to go. Here's Hackett, a jumper from the circle. It's good. A deep 2 for Anna Hackett. Had 27 in the first meeting with York. That gives her now 6 today. Salisbury forging a lead once more. Here's Golick for a three out front. No good. And Sipe cutting down to take the board. And up court, that's her 7th rebound. Goes all the way down the lane. Missed off the glass, though, and out of bounds. Touched by Hobbs, who was following it. Spartans take over after a quick transition miss. And Shea Wassel returns. And on the bounce inbound, apparently we weren't quite ready for it. We'll do it again. make it official there. 11 minutes to go. Here's Lambert with the ball, bouncing it over to Shea, drops it down to Ruse, kicks it out to Golick, a three, good! Morgan Golick from the right wing, and the Spartans back in front. 50-48, Ruse with her 4th assist on a day where she's also had big points and big boards. 10.5 to go. Spartans in zone again here with Hackett on the right wing. High post to Hobbs. Her jumper missed. Glanced off the rim. And Albernos takes out Golick going for the rebound. And it landed out of bounds. They'll call incidental contact. And the Spartans take over on the one and done for Salisbury. 10:26 left as they inbound it. Up by 2. Trying to hand at Salisbury a 2nd straight loss. But most importantly for York, trying to play their way into the conference tournament after recent stumbles. Here's Ruse driving off the glass and good! Sam Ruse, who let it go from a good 8 feet away. Nothing easy about that one. And up 4 with 10 minutes to go, and Salisbury wants a timeout. 9:54 remaining. It's York 52, Salisbury 48. And Ray, you talk about a bounce back from the other night. Spartans have looked sharp all day.
They've responded strongly to the performance that they had on Wednesday. They're not letting anything get past them. They're keeping Anna Hackett down. They're scoring to a minimum. They're definitely not going to let her heat up like Ron J. James did at the end of that game. There's still plenty of basketball left, but the Spartans looking good up to this point.
A 52-48 lead. Again, if the Spartans win, they are in. If they lose, and St. Mary's wins, and Wesley loses to Mary Wash, they would be out.
And we do have a scoring update from Southern Virginia. Currently, the Knights are leading the Seahawks 45-37. 17 minutes left in the second half.
All right. Inside it goes, and McLaughlin with a layup. 52-50 York. So they could be getting some help that they need, but long way to go in both, and a turnover. Lambert trying to drive and kick to Wagner in the left corner, but it went behind her and out of bounds. The Spartans give it back to the Seagulls here with a 2-point lead, 9.5 left. And here's Hackett with it, left wing, a 3, no good, rim glass, and out of bounds off Rothfeld. And the Spartans have it right back. .15 and counting as Lambert hustles it up. Now Wagner, top of the arc, handing it for Golick. Golick dribbling to the right, tripped up, kept the dribble going as she went to the floor and passed it back to Wagner, who was fouled by Sarah Sipe. As they were both headed toward the right corner, marvelous recovery from Golick, and foul number 3 on Sipe today. Spartans inbound up 2, down to the 9-minute mark, and Alberno's jumped an entry pass in front of Wassel. Stole it. Spartans do get back, but out to Rothfeld for 3. Wouldn't go. Off the right wing, and Golick is there. Now Ruse will snap it up court to Wagner. Back to Sam, holding it high above the arc. And down low, Shea with the catch and lays it in. Spartans up 54-50. They tried to play the pass again. Ruse with her 5th assist, and it left Shea wide open. Great touch. She had just enough air under it. 54-50. Here's Sipe, a 3, and airballed it straight out of bounds. Spartans take over with 8:21 remaining. And up by 4. They have come to play today. And over halfway through the second half, up by 2 scores. Here's Wagner with it out front. Dribbles hard down the right side. It's off the glass and in. Katie Wagner on the take. 56-50 York. 8 minutes to go. That's her second driving score, now called for a blocking foul, defending Rothfeld. The next one will start the bonus. That's 6 on York. Wagner's second. Now Salisbury with one of their top outside shooters, Courtney McManus, back in. Here's McLaughlin out top and off to Hackett, who curls around above the arc. Left side to McManus, a three, no good. Rebound Rothfeld and fouled on the putback. Somehow she snuck her way in there. And heading to the line for two is Shea Wassels, called for her second of the day. And Rothfeld, her first is good. Pretty good size, 5'9" guard. Able to make her way in there for the putback attempt. Native of Dresher, Pennsylvania, went to Upper Dublin and makes both. 56-52 York, and Salisbury will press here. Wagner with it in a double team in front of the Seagull bench. Golick floats it ahead to Bish. He fires it to Ruse. Across to Wagner as they beat the pressure. Now Bishy to the high post. Golick back to Bish at point. Right side, it's Ruse. Salisbury in zone now, and across to Wagner. Missed a three. Rebound, Golick, and foul going up. And one thing that the zone does, makes it tougher to find your box outs. And Golick had a clear path to get to that offensive rebound. And two at the line here. Back rimmed the first attempt. Foul was Kathy Alberno's third foul of the day. Spartans now just 10 for 18 at the line, but Golick does make the second. Coach will spend time. 7:15 to go. York 57, Salisbury 52, and a timeout taken here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey athletes, does the winter weather dampen your sports training? It doesn't have to. Take your game inside at Backyard University, York's spectacular indoor sports training facility, right at home in your backyard. Located inside Fairmont Gym at 201 South Charles Street in Red Lion, Backyard University is a beautiful, state-of-the-art indoor complex for all of your sport needs. Featuring a complete baseball and softball training complex with batting cages, pitching tunnels, and a turf field for the entire team, Backyard hosts camps, clinics, and competitive youth travel teams to play in the region's top tournaments. Join York Revolution greats Jason Espito, Daryl Harang, and Corey Thurman for one-on-one training. And take your speed and agility to a whole new level with professional trainer David Brixius from Explosive Sports Performance. Play your game year-round at Backyard University, right at home in your backyard. Visit online at backyard-university.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
$7:15 to go, 57-52 York. Ray, another St. Mary's update?
Yes, currently St. Mary's is trailing the Knights 44-49.
Here's a steal from Ruse, leading Wagner up the floor. A race, lays it in. 59-52 York with 7 minutes to go. Ruse the steal and leading Wagner, who's got all 6 of hers in this second half. Here's Hackett, a three, left corner, it's good. Brings them right back within 4, 59-55. Wagner trap, got it away though to Bishy and into the front court. There was a long way to go in that St. Mary's game though. Here's a steal out front. McLaughlin jumping the high post, looked to Wassel. And now Wagner got a hand on one, batted it to Bishy, back ahead to Wagner, running the floor and missed the layup. Couldn't get it to settle and got far underneath and too hard off the glass. Is it about 14 minutes left still down there?
Well, they just changed down there. Now Southern Virginia only has a 2-point lead over the Seahawks, 52-50, 10 minutes left in the second.
Hackett missing a 3 left side and touchdown on the other end by McManus. Spartans take over with 6:04 to go. And a 4-point lead. Inbounding it to Golick. Salisbury trapping, and the pass back to Bishy is stolen. A score and one. McManus stole it, gobbled the loose ball off the floor, off a deflection, and Salisbury suddenly back within 2 and a free throw. Bishy called for the foul there. McManus at the line. Free throws good. The lead all of a sudden from 7 to 1. 59-58. And they'll press again. Inbound to Golick in the far corner. Dribbles a few steps ahead. Now knocked loose again. And a timeout by York. Did they get it before? It was pried loose. Salisbury went for the steal. Salisbury's bench can't believe it. But the Spartans get the 30 before losing possession this time. And coach will draw up a different approach now to the pressure. Kelly Lewandowski steamed. She thought that her team had a steal before the timeout. They went to a full court trap now and looked like more man-to-man lineup initially and then trapping. They were in a full court zone earlier. Spartans having some trouble with that the last 2 attempts, and they'll get another try here. And this time a sideline inbound for Golick. The lead cut to 1 point, and Bishy will handle it in her backcourt. Floats it ahead, has Wassel by the table. Now to Lambert, open through the middle. And they settle in. Here's Ruse, left corner jumper, no good. Golick in pursuit, but the rebound snatched by Melanie Mosniak. And Salisbury looking for the lead here. Down low, it's Albernos. Ran into Wassel, who fell. And the foul called by the trailing official, and it is offensive. Albernos lowered in, knocked over Shea, and it goes back to York on Salisbury's 11th turnover. It's Albernos' 4th foul, and the Spartans handle the pressure much more cleanly here. Smoothly into the front court. Looking to Shea down low, and Albernos read it and stole the pass. Read it and was there waiting for it. And Rothfeld driving in, a block shot. But the Spartans had it standing out of bounds, either Ruse or Wassel after the block. They were both there, and one of them had it with part of their foot out of bounds. That's Sam's 4th block of the day. Salisbury will inbound out top. Here's Hackett driving, looking for the lead. Oh, how did she do it? Tripped up, falling down, and she chucked it up, and it went in as she went down. And now Salisbury's bench just got teed up. They take the lead, 60-59. And I don't know who said what, but they're teed up at their bench, and that's big in a close game with 5:01 to go. And Ruse will take the tees for York. And her first is straight in. 16 on a huge day for Sam, and we're tied at 60.
Some good news for the Spartans as well down in Southern Virginia. They're back to a 5-point lead over the Seahawks, just under 10 minutes left.
And good news as Ruse makes both, and they have the ball up 61-60. 5:01 left. Salisbury lurking at half court. Not much pressure as the Spartans bring it across. And here's Lambert with it. 4:50 left. Lambert a bounce left to Bishy. Back to Lambert. Steps into a 3. Got it! Julianne Lambert with the 3. Spartans lead 64-60.
What a big shot.
She busts the zone with the 3 from downtown. Now a foul, though, called as Albernos took one in the high post area. And this will be a 1-and-1. But Lambert, a huge three. She's normally dishing. Her scoring inside. What a time for her third of the year. Free throw missed, and Wassel's got it. On top by 4. And into the front court, 4:20 left. Here's Lambert with the ball, attacking, throws it up and draws the foul. Down the left edge of the lane. And got that shot away from her left side, and will get to shoot. Anna Hackett with her first. And Lambert's first, front rimmed. That remains a 4-point lead. Second one up. Oh, that was short as well. Rebound off to Rothfeld. He brings it front court for Salisbury. Just over 4 minutes to go. York's still up 4. It has not been a great free throw shooting day for them. Here's Sipe, a 3. Might have been blocked by Ruse from the left wing. She got a piece of her 5th as it fluttered down low, and the Spartans up court with it. Under 4 to go. Here's Ruse right side, down to Shea, up and in off the glass. 66-60. Ruse with her 6th assist and a timeout, Salisbury. 3:42 remaining, and the Spartans up the lead to 6. A full timeout taken, trying to play their way into the playoffs. A 6-point lead here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Turning a double play takes teamwork, and so does preparing for life's challenges. Murray Securus works with you, hand in hand, providing thoughtful solutions to help you plan for the future. Team up with Murray Securus for safer, more secure risk management, personal insurance, health benefits, wealth management, even cutting-edge human resource solutions for individuals and small to large businesses. Living life in a winning way just takes a little teamwork. Call Murray Securus today at 397-9600 or go to murrayins.com.
Hi, I am Cindy Scullion, one of the proud owners of Frank Storm & Company. We have been voted one of the best for 14 years by the York Dispatch readers for your personal and business tax needs. Call one of my partners or competent staff to set up your tax appointment for your 2014 taxes. We also can handle doing payrolls, sales tax, and compilations for your businesses. Give us a call at one of our 3 convenient locations, York, Dallastown, and Hanover.
This is Jessica Selby, and you're listening to York College Women's Basketball on the Spartan Sports Network. Let's go, York!
Well, what a development here. What a game. 3.5 minutes to go. York up 66-60. And Salisbury with it. Here's Hackett with the ball. Out above the arc. And off to the left side. Rothfeld, a 3. Good. Slices the lead in half to 3. 66-63. Lambert harassed in her own end, but finds Bishey by half court and across. Sam Ruse, by the way, updating her stat line. 17 points, 12 rebounds. Got her 7th assist a moment ago. 5 blocks. Huge day. Shea with 21 in scoring. Shot clock at 5. Golick a 3. No good. Had to force it. Alberno's the board, and the Spartans with not a very good possession there. 3-point lead and back on D. Here's Hackett into the lane. Pulls up, and Shea a big block. Stuffed Hackett, who never could get that one away. 2:30 to go. Here's Shea, the catch inside, up and under, falling down, and it fell off the front of the rim. It almost went, but she'll get to the line for 2 here. That almost crawled over. Melanie Mozniak, her 3rd. And Shea at the stripe. Oh, man, that thing was 3/4 of the way down and spun out. And it hung, and it was spinning.
Just spit it back out.
Oh, and the second one, front rimmed. Golick chasing to the right corner, falls into the sponsor banner that was set up before the game, and it's out of bounds off York. The Apple sign just took a dent.
Testing the strength of those sponsor banners right away.
I have to send that to the repair shop. 2:15 to go, 66-63. Spartans with the lead. Sipe trying to fight her way in, kicks it off to Hackett, a three, ties it. From the left corner, tied at 66, 2 minutes to go. Salisbury pressing, and Bishy ahead to Golick in the front court. Has Ruse down the lane, off to Shea, run into by Sipe, maintained her balance, but missed to the side of the rim. It's out of bounds off Salisbury and stays with York.
Surprised they didn't call a foul there. She just bumped right into Shea. Surprised there was no blocking call.
I was impressed she was able to stay upright. Here's Bishy, a three left side, no good. And Hackett holds off Golick for the rebound. Salisbury looking for the lead. Hackett peels out left to Mozniak driving baseline, scores and one. And the older of the Mozniak sisters with her first basket of the day gives Salisbury the lead against her sister's team with 1:37 left. Free throw up, it's good. And Salisbury with a 9-0 run snatches a 69-66 lead.
And at the most inconvenient time for the Spartans, but the most pivotal for the Seahawks, without a doubt.
1:37 to go. Sipe racing in front of the inbound pass, swats it away into the corner, and they'll do it again. 1:36 to go. Ruse will inbound. Bishy and Wagner in the backcourt with Keeney up to help, and Wassels deep. They inbound to Bishy. She'll wait and let it develop, and now throws it ahead to Wagner. Bounced it right corner to Keeney. Back to Wagner, now to Bishy with 1.5 to go. Down three. Here's Ruse, left side. And off to Wassel, left of the elbow. Had it stolen. Tried to hand to Wagner. Hackett snuck in there. Bishy reaching in. Swatted it away, but called for the reach-in foul. And 2 free throws for Hackett. Bishy reaching and trying to punch it out cleanly, and she very nearly did. Very nearly had a great defensive play. But a foul and a timeout, York, with 1:15 remaining. 2 free throws for Hackett, the conference's leading free throw shooter. When we come back, 69-66 Salisbury on the Spartan Sports Network.
At OSS Health, our highly trained physicians are on the field, in the training room, at home games, or away. From preseason physicals to postseason surgery, we're on the sidelines so athletes don't have to be, getting you back in the game. When it comes to sports medicine, we're the ones you've trusted for 30 years. OSS Health Sports Medicine, experience you can trust. Visit us online at osshealth.com.
This is Kelsey Murphy, and you're listening to York College Women's Basketball on the Spartan Sports Network. Let's go, York.
$1:15 to go.
At Northwestern Mutual, we take a disciplined
66. Salisbury with the lead. And out of the timeout, Anna Hackett will be shooting. 2 shots. Double bonus for the Seagulls, and Hackett 87.5% from the line. Leads the conference. It's 15th in the country. Has all 14 of her points today in the second half. And her first one's good. 4-point lead for Salisbury thanks to a 10-0 run at the worst possible time for York. And Hackett with her second, and that's good. Make it 11-0. Salisbury with time, a 30. 1:15 remaining. They're up 71-66. All of a sudden, the Spartans have been victimized late in games here down the stretch, and in danger of it happening again here today. And it's not so much, as much of them giving the ball away, although there have been some late turnovers again, but Salisbury has found their inner strength here at the most critical time, which is why they're 22-2. The Spartans staring uphill at a 5-point hole. Ruse inbounds to Bishy, ahead to Wagner against the press. Into the front court without trouble. And back to Bishy to set up. Here's Shea out for a high screen. Bishy working behind it. Picks up, called for steps. As she picked up her dribble, they say she dragged it. And now maybe it is becoming more of an issue of late turnovers again. 1:02 to go. Salisbury with an 11-0 run. 19th turnover on York. Seagulls inbound, and Bishy kicking a pass out into the York bench. Stops play with 59.7 left. Now, one of the reasons the Spartans have not clinched already has been some tough losses late down the stretch in games the last 2 weeks. And now Ruse a kick as she was getting her left foot in the way of a pass out front. 49.1 remaining. And Rothfeld in front of the Salisbury bench to toss it in. Ruse up on the ball, and Rothfeld just in time would have gotten it into sight, but Salisbury spending time from the bench. They had 3 remaining, and they weren't about to let possession get away. So full timeout taken. 49.1 to go. Spartans down 71-66 here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Blazing fast service for all of your wipeouts. OSS Health Urgent Care will take care of all of your muscular and skeletal sprains, pops, twists, and breaks in minutes, not hours. Open 7 days a week for your urgent orthopedic needs. Now at 2 convenient locations, 1855 Powder Mill Road in York and 856 Century Drive in Mechanicsburg. Visit us online at osshealth.com. OSS Health Urgent Care. Experience you can trust.
Hi, I am Cindy Scullion, one of the proud owners of Frank Storm & Company. We have been voted one of the best for 14 years by the York Dispatch readers for your personal and business tax needs. Call one of my partners or competent staff to set up your tax appointment for your 2014 taxes. We also can handle doing payrolls, sales tax, and compilations for your businesses. Give us a call at one of our 3 convenient locations, York, Dallastown, and Hanover.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
The Spartans a quick foul off the inbound with 46.2 left, but they fouled the wrong one. Anna Hackett heading to the line for 2 more. Not who they wanted to foul. Katie Wagner, her 3rd. And up 5 is Salisbury. Hackett to shoot. Her first rattles in. 17 all in the second half. All too similar to Ron J. James on Wednesday night. Here's Hackett's second, and that bounces in. He's got the shooter's roll, and Salisbury will spend another timeout. 46.2 to go. It's now a 13-0 Salisbury run, 73-66. It was 66-60 York. And Salisbury kind of waited all day to come alive, but they have completely changed the game here these last 2 minutes. And Ray, the Spartans were hoping to get in by their own doing, and unless they pull off a huge comeback now in the last minute, which is a shame to say since they had led for almost all day, but that is the situation, and they may now need some help. What's going on down in Southern Virginia?
Currently, the Southern Virginia University Knights are leading the St. Mary's College of Maryland Seahawks 68-59 with 3 minutes, 24 seconds left in the second half down in Buena Vista.
That would be huge. It would be a little bit tough to celebrate, but it would get the job done and get the Spartans in. 40 seconds left. Here's Ruse across half court, handling some pressure off to Selby right wing. Now to Golick out deep for three. Back rimmed it. Rebound off to Sipe, and Selby reaches for a quick foul with 30.7 remaining. Sarah Sipe, who's got 13 today, will head to the line. Tell you what, if you have 2 stars on your team, you have a chance to be really good as Sipe rattles in the first. Just like the NBA, they always talk about that second scorer, and Hackett and Sipe, man, are they ever special. Sipe does miss the second. Ruse has the rebound. Spartans down 8 now, though. Golick a 3. Got it from the right wing. And a quick timeout. Spartans spend their last timeout. Golick reigns in the 3 from the right wing, and it's a 5-point game with 23.1 left. 74-69. Now they change it to a full. I guess that's all they had remaining, just a full timeout.
Another quick update from down in Buena Vista. The Knights, Southern Virginia, leading the St. Mary's Seahawks 71-64 with under 2 minutes to go.
Well, it would do the job if they hang on. The Spartans would either go to Marymount or CNU on Tuesday, but none of that determined yet. Meanwhile, here they're trying to pull off a miracle in the last minute. Pressuring on the inbound. They get it into Hackett. Floats it ahead to Sipe. It's deflected and stolen. Golick with the ball. Another 3 up. No good. Rebound Bishey. Out to Golick. Left side a 3. That wouldn't go either. And a rebound Salisbury. A foul on York with 8.8 to go. 2 good looks. And it's about the most they could have asked for at that point after that steal. Had a chance there to get within 2. Can't fault Golick, who had to get those up quickly, but gave him a chance. Not all you could ask for. First free throw from Rothfeld is missed. Selby in for Wagner here. Coach with Selby's range out there. Rothfeld second rattles in. 75-69. Bishey pushing it. Selby left side, has to get rid of it. Step back 2 from the left corner. And a rebound to Bishey on the other side, but that'll do it. As Salisbury comes from behind, Spartan fans applaud the effort today. As the regular season comes to a close, they gave Salisbury all they could handle, playing with the CAC's best right down to the finish today. Regular season concludes, but hopefully not the season as a whole as we continue to watch that out-of-town scoreboard. Final, though, in our game is Salisbury 75, York 69. Spartans huddle up at midcourt. I don't know how aware they might be of what's going on. No idea if anybody near the bench has, it looks like Coach just went over to the table and checked with her managers, Amy and Tiff, and she liked what she was told. I mean, Ray, today we knew they were heavy underdogs against Salisbury. It's just a shame that it got away late after leading almost all day, but I mean, they expected to compete today, but anybody outside would probably have expected them to not win this game and need some help to get in, and they have a chance to get that help.
They certainly do, as it looks like the Knights may get a home win as they're currently leading St. Mary's 71-64, under a minute.
I wish we could cut in for bonus coverage, but we can't do that. Well, we will certainly keep you updated. Now, even if the Spartans get in, we won't know where they're headed until tomorrow because Marymount at Frostburg was postponed today. But we will keep you updated. We've got our post game coming up, and perhaps by the time we come back, we'll have some news for you. The men's teams are out for warm-ups as the men get set for what they know will be their final game this season, and they'll be looking to make the most of it against a red-hot Salisbury team on the men's side. The women gave it one heck of an effort today. A great senior day in many ways, but Salisbury does pull it out late. 75-69 is the final. We'll take a break and hopefully have some good news for you when we come back. Post-game next here on the Spartan Sports Network.
January and February are Caribbean months at Fender's Grill and Pub, located at the Wyndham Garden, York, formerly the Holiday Inn by the West Manchester Mall. Featuring chefs' Caribbean specialties and Caribbean drinks, plus Fender's regular menu. Visit Fender's to beat the winter blues and sign up for a chance to win a beach vacation. Register during January and February. The winner will be drawn on March 1st. Fender's is open daily for breakfast and dinner, for private parties, and we have live entertainment Friday nights. Fender's Grill and Pub, 2000 Louts Road in York. Come visit us today.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Looking for a different kind of family fun? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Get on the ice with your friends for Rock and Skate, the last Friday of each month. Every Wednesday is family night with free skate rentals for the whole family. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available for the coolest birthday party in town. For party package prices and public skating times, check out YorkSkate.com. Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages, for every skating ability. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. And skating rental is included. Or get on the ice for York Ice Arena hockey programs. Taught by Ice Arena coaches, boys and girls can learn proper techniques for the game. Rental equipment is available. Group skating lessons and beginner hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to YorkSkate.com.
Strength on its own can be impressive. When consistency is added, that's when it becomes real. Northwestern Mutual has been able to deliver real financial strength to clients and policyholders by focusing on the long term, no matter what the state of the economy. Contact me, Dan McGarry, at my office on the square in York. Look for the blue awnings. Northwestern Mutual, over 150 years of helping clients achieve financial security. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Dad, I'm home. Why am I not surprised to find you laying on the couch?
Oh, hi, son. Is your fall semester over already?
Yep, I love it at York College, and I really like living on campus this year.
Yeah, that reminds me. We need to have a little talk. You know, about the facts of life.
Dad, we had that talk years ago. And anyway, I don't believe you ordered me from Amazon.com.
I mean, your mom and I are helping to pay for your college as much as we can, but now you've got room and board on top of books and tuition, and you haven't asked me once for money.
Dad, I told you last year that York Educational Federal Credit Union took care of all that. That student choice loan we applied for last year was a one-time application. All I have to do this year is tell them how much I need, and they send the money right to the school. The loan is set up similar to my Stafford loan, so I don't have to start making payments until 6 months after I graduate. I told you YEFCU rocks.
College has been good for you, son. You're smarter already.
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Believe it or not, spring is coming, and we've got the bases covered like Etch with dirt during a tantrum. Join Darryl Henry and Atlantic League Manager of the Year Mark Mason for Revs Hot Stove Weekly, every Friday at 4. Breaking news each week with the latest player signings exclusively here first. Plus fan interaction online, interviews with players, and we'll highlight really good calls from umpires. Maybe we should have stopped with interviews with players. Revs Hot Stove Weekly, Fridays at 4 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Ray, we have some news.
That we do.
Want to deliver it?
Why not? The Spartans, they're going to the postseason. We just don't know who they're visiting just yet, as Southern Virginia was able to topple the St. Mary's Seahawks at home in Buena Vista, 74-68.
Well, bless those Knights, after all.
Well, Spartans did get some help, but from the most unlikely source, I shall say.
Yes, they did. Well, I just I'm looking around the stands and Spartan fans checking the scores, and I see reactions from parents around the crowd and huge sighs of relief, and we were watching it up here as well. So the Spartans are in. They're headed to either Marymount or Christopher Newport on Tuesday night, and that'll be determined sometime tomorrow. Marymount at Frostburg postponed until then, and I guess we don't even know what seed the Spartans have yet. Is Wesley's game finished with Mary Washington?
With 15 seconds left, it's probably final. Mary Wash, 4-point lead over Wesley, 64-60.
So if all three lose, York, Wesley, and St. Mary's, York wins the tiebreaker over St. Mary's, but not over Wesley. So they would be the number 6 seed. So they would play whoever finishes third, which right now is Marymount.
Final score in Wesley, 66 Mary Washington, 60 Wesley.
So if Marymount wins tomorrow, York will be headed there on Tuesday. I'm trying to think if that would change in any way with some of these convoluted head-to-head. Just trying to think if there's any possible scenario we're missing there, but I think it's as simple as that at this point. I'll need another commercial break to run through all of it. But as far as our game goes, Ray, I don't think you can feel bad at all about the loss here, especially now that you're in. I mean, obviously turnovers down the stretch hurt, and that's been an unfortunate theme here the last 2 weeks. Not just turnovers, but especially when they've happened. But they just went toe-to-toe with the top-ranked team in the region, 16th in the country in one poll, 15th in the other, and they nearly pulled it off today. I mean, there was a lot that was really, really good about this game today here for their senior day afternoon.
There were certainly moments in this game where we both thought the Spartans could pull off the upset, and there were times they got awfully close, but turnovers at probably the worst time imaginable down the stretch just really did the Spartans in. They shot well from the floor. It's just Salisbury, their stars, including Anna Hackett, just lit up in the second half. And when Hackett was literally a non-factor in the first. And Sipe remained somewhat consistent. That's what led the Seagulls to this win.
Well, they finished their regular season 23-2, 17-1 in conference, and they'll have the bye on Tuesday and host somebody on Thursday. Matter of fact, it could be York if they were to win that first game, but obviously have to take care of their business first. Spartans finished the regular season 11-14, 7-11 in the CAC, but they are moving on. They are in just enough to eke their way in, and who knows what can happen. They'll try to pull off a road upset, and if it's against Marymount, that's a team they've played tough twice this year. If it's against Christopher Newport, it's a team that they beat in one of their top performances of the season back on January 31st, 54-42 here at home. So all of that will be determined tomorrow. Ray, it's time now to take a look inside the numbers, brought to you by Frank Storm & Company. Tax season is just around the corner. Skip the headache. Let Frank Storm & Company take care of your numbers this spring at one of their 3 locations, York, Dallastown, and Hanover. A couple of things for me that jump off the bat right away. Anna Hackett had 18, all in the second half. Salisbury had 15 points off turnovers in the second half alone. That's when it hurt York the most. When you look at the overall box, what else was a big factor in this one today?
Well, for one, the second chance points. 13 second chance points for the Seagulls compared to the Spartans 4. They were just able to get big rebounds when they needed them and just made the Spartans pay for not getting at it at the glass. And the Spartans did out-rebound the Seagulls 42-39 when it was all said and done, but the Seagulls had the rebounds they needed to grab to keep it in front of them.
Yeah. Well, and time now to name our Strength and Consistency Player of the Game, brought to you by Dan McGarry, financial representative at Northwestern Mutual. Visit Dan at the Square in York at 1 South George Street and look for the blue awnings. And Ray, for Salisbury, Hackett had 18, so you'd go with her for their team, but going to give it to a Spartan today. Shay or Sam? Shay or Sam. They both had 2 great games. I don't know. I'm sure they wouldn't mind splitting it.
I feel like that's the way.
You don't like to do that, though.
I know, and I don't want to take away anything what Shay did. 21 points on senior day, then your last regular season home game as a Spartan. That's something special. But Sam Ruse had an all-around great game. She had 17 points, 13 boards, 7 assists, 4 blocks, and 2 steals. If that's not a complete game, I don't know what is. So I have to give the Strength and Consistency Award of this game to Sam Ruse.
She might get herself a triple-double at some point in her career.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Came fairly close today. So that works for me. Well, Spartans fall 75-69 to Salisbury, but they certainly gave the Beasts of the CAC a great run today, and actually in both matchups this season they did. And bottom line, Spartans are in, and we'll find out who they're playing and where they're heading coming up on Tuesday night. We'll take a timeout here, get you set for the men's game when we come back here on the Spartan Sports Network.